Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another TC Films video. Glad to have you with me. Today's video, or this week's video, is going to be a little bit of a rant, kinda. And I don't know. It's going to be about this magazine I have right here, and I'm not sure if the YouTube folks will allow me to show. I mean, it's my magazine, I bought it, I'm subscribed to it, but I'm not going to do a video about what's, specifically, and show, the images or anything in here. So the copyright thing, I'm guessing, might be okay. I guess if it's not, they'll let me know. But the reason I want to talk about this magazine, which is Aperture Magazine, Aperture. I guess you could say it's an industry standard for professional photographers. Perhaps I subscribed to it. I saw a little list, a little subscribe card that you fill out somewhere. We was visiting somewhere, and I came across it. I'd heard of it before. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a try, even though I knew that the subscription fee was a little high. I think it was $75, and I think that's for only a year, and it's a quarterly, so you only get 4 issues. But I knew all that before I paid for the subscription. So, but I was wanting to get a photography magazine that showed landscapes and maybe some nature, and gave a general good critique, and a maybe a little know-how article every now and then. And that's the kind of magazine I was looking for, and I was unfortunately, sadly disappointed when I got this magazine, when my first issue finally arrived. I think this is my second issue, and it's the, let me see, let me see if it shows in here what exact issue it is, or issue number. It's spring of this year, that's what it is, spring 2023 issue. It's their spring issue. And there's the cover, and I'm not going to go into detail, like I said, and show you all the images and stuff like that. But my main, I don't know if it's a gripe or I mentioned this being kind of a rant, I guess, maybe, but it's my view, okay? It's just me being probably overly subjective with this magazine. Like I mentioned, I was very disappointed when I got it. And the main reason being, to get right to the point, is because it's more like a critical theory on photography type of magazine that you would see in a text in a master's level course in college or something, or maybe even a doctorate level course, because it just takes the images, and even though they do show, there's some pretty good photography in here, but it's odd. It's not at all the kind of photography that I was looking for when I first filled in for the subscription. It came, and I immediately noticed the first issue. And it names a bunch of photographers, and it showcases a bunch of their work. But there's the text in it, the articles and the descriptions. There's one on Joan Didion, and I've heard of her. But they critique, and the photos they show, it's just this over my head kind of critique of them. And I kept hoping. I was wanting to see some beautiful, gorgeous landscapes, and I guess some people might think that's a beautiful, gorgeous landscape, image, but and it may be to some, to these people that reads these types of magazines and gets the text and all of the different takes and explanations. I mean, I was never into this type of photography, and maybe that's why mainly I'm disappointed with it, because I was never into the type of photography that they showcase in this magazine. There's images of just, I don't know, it takes a certain kind of a photographer or a person, I guess, to find that this stuff is interesting. I mean, and they give some good history in it. There is some good history on the photographers and the eras. That's ERA as in time, not the ERA of a baseball team or a baseball pitcher, I guess. But anyway, these photographers that they showcase in the critiques and the wording, it's just way, well, I'm not going to say way, but it's certainly over my head as far as the text of the book. And like I said, some of the images are, they're nice, but it's not the type of photography that I am into. Nick Waplington, I've never heard of that person. And there's just all kinds of, I don't know, weird stuff, I guess you could say. So it's a magazine that I will not resubscribe to, just mainly because the type of photography that they talk about in this book and that they show, it's just not my style at all. But it's a well-made, look how big this is, it's a huge. And now these two images on the front here are glossy. They're actually they feel like they might be actually glued onto the cover itself. I mean, it's a well-designed and well-made, and it's a big, thick publication, and I can't get anything out of it. I've tried. This is, like I said, this is the second issue I've got. And I've tried to read through a lot of it. Well, not a lot of it, because I can't get through hardly any of it without scratching my head and wondering what the author's talking about. It's just stuff that I can't understand, and I don't know if any of you all have tried, have had issues of it before. Let me see if I can name some. There's some of the here's some titles of the chapters: Mythic Worlds, Folklore and Fantasy in the work of Eiko Hoso. That's Eikohoso. I've never heard of that person. And it's page 74, real quick here. We'll go and see what that is. Okay, there's the type of images that the Mythic Worlds of Eiko Hoso. Mythic World, okay, it's a bizarre mythic world. And I'm not laughing at the photography. I mean, there's art there. You can definitely tell there's art there, but and I thought I had weird and bizarre type of things with my music. Sometimes my compositions, my original compositions are, you might consider them, some people might consider them weird and bizarre. But photography for me it's a difference. For the way I look at it and the way my photography goes and the way I like to shoot and it's all about the natural, beautiful world. I mean, and here's somebody, let me see, Yvonne Venegas' Search for Family Ghost in the Landscape and the Sea of Cortez, and this is 82, page 82, and I don't know what that's about either, but we're going to go to page 82 real quick and see. I mean, these images are just like so bizarre. And okay, here's page 82. a gardener's hands with dirt on them and stuff. I mean, I could take a better picture than that. Come on. But you know, it's crazy, and it's just bizarre and out of my league, I guess. Um, and I don't know if somebody would like me to send this to them, and you all could you could look at it yourself. Let me know and leave a comment, and I'd be happy to get it in the mail to whoever. If you want to take a look at it yourself, or you can go and fill out. You know, go to aperture.com, Aperture Magazine. I guess that's the website, and subscribe to yourself. Here it is, $75 for 1 year subscription. That's 4 issues, like I mentioned, and I don't know. It's just maybe too much, maybe over my head. Maybe I need to get better educated on this type of photography, and maybe that will help me get a better understanding of this type of photography. Which, you know, I mean, if you can learn more about the art that you love, and you know, maybe step outside your comfort zone. You hear that saying a lot. But to do this type of photography for me would be stepping way out of my comfort zone, because I don't really understand it. I wouldn't know how to go about making photos such as this, really. I really wouldn't. But anyway, that's the whole gist of this video, this video I wanted to bring out. My disappointment, very disappointed with this guy. I don't know if there's any other, you know, maybe I haven't looked hard enough online, but a magazine, a photography magazine that just gives a, you know, I'm not saying that this wouldn't be for a professional photographer or nothing like that, because that's probably all that looks at it is professionals that do this type of photography, and I'm not one of them. I was looking for a magazine that, you know, beautiful scenic images, and then the article might discuss, you know, where the image was taken and the settings, and you know, discuss things like that. And I don't know if those kind of magazines even exist anymore. So I wanted to bring that out and discuss that, and also really quick here at the end, I'll mention that I am taking a couple of courses, two by Blake Rudis on color and color theory, and he's got a couple of panels that he included with the price of those courses. Excellent teacher. I love his style, and he's a good Christian man. And then another course that I took on composition was by Matt Kozlowski, another super good teacher. I really like that composition course, and it showed me a lot of things. But both of those photographers and instructors, Blake and Matt, they did not discuss photography like this. You know, it was. And I've never heard discussions, or haven't seen any discussions of this kind of photography on YouTube. Maybe if I did a search for Aperture Magazine on YouTube or something, and there would a bunch of, maybe some stuff would come up about it that would help me better understand it. But I'm not really looking to get a better understanding, mainly because this isn't my type of photography. So, having said all that, thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to do a little bit more. As weather warms up, I'm going to get out and doing a little bit more photographing of what I've come to really enjoy shooting, waterfalls and things like that, waterscapes. And as the weather is starting to warm up, I will be getting out more and traveling hither and yon, finding nice places to photograph, and hopefully we'll be better at editing those photographs too. And I've got several photographs that I went back and edited after taking Blake's course and using what Matt taught in his composition course to look at my older photographs. And surprisingly, quite a few of them have been pretty good enough to use and to put on my Fine Art America website. I have 7 images, I think, up there now. I'll leave a link to that, and you all can check it out. And if you're interested in purchasing one of the prints, feel free to do that. I mean, it would really mean a lot to me if you did decide to do that. It means a lot to me if you decided to stay and watch this long in this video too, because it's more like a rant. And but I hope it's not been too boring. And like I mentioned, if any of you would like this magazine, I don't think it would be, too much of a deal for me to kind of box it up or package it up and send it out. If you all one of y'all out there want to take a gander at it, and you're welcome to keep it or mail it to someone that you think might get a lot out of it. It's just not my type of photography. All right, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until that time comes, y'all be safe, be good, and we'll come up hopefully with another video soon, and we'll see you at that time. Peace out.